Animal Care and Control of New York City was founded in 1995. It is a nonprofit organization that is contracted by the City of New York to provide animal care and rescue services for the entire city. That's all 5 boroughs. Clearly the biggest issue is the pet overpopulation problem, and that's problematic throughout the United States. That's why we have such a robust adoption program, and we do off-site adoptions and also in-shelter adoptions as well. And we also encourage people to spay and neuter their pets. That's critical to reducing the number of animals that are in the United States and in New York City. We get all different types of dogs, all different types, shapes, sizes, breeds. Pit bull and pit bull mixes are probably the predominant. We get more of them than any other breed. And then we get whatever breed you can think of, we get them in here. And we're starting to get those designer dogs as well. But we get purebreds, we get mixed breeds, we run the gamut. Well, there's a lot of pit bulls in the large city shelters is because they're still used predominantly for fighting. The status symbol in many neighborhoods is having a pit bull for protection. So if they're not being fought, they're being used for protection. In most cases, they're not spayed or neutered, and then they can sell the puppies. So when they have these litters that they're getting $200 and $300 or $400 for these dogs that they're selling off, and so there's no incentive for them to get them spayed and altered. And then when they're done using them, then they'll just usually dumped on the street or turned in here. Pit bulls have a bad name in the fact that if there's a pit bull attack, that they're on the front page of the news. You're probably more likely to get bit by a small dog than you are by a bigger dog. But you don't hear because they don't really do much damage. But a bigger dog obviously is going to do more damage, so you're going to hear about that. And they get a bad rap in the sense that they are the breed of choice for those that are fighting. So they're trained to be aggressive, and not all pit bulls are aggressive. And if they're nurtured and cared for properly, they're not going to have that aggressive nature. It's the way they're brought up, it's the way they're trained. We in Animal Care and Control of New York City use a safer test, they call it. There's a lot of different tests just to measure the tolerance level of the dogs. And it's not a foolproof evaluation, but it gives you some sense of possible predictive behavior before they're put up for adoption. They have to score well on the test in order to be put up for adoption. One of our mandates is to protect the public. We don't want to put a dangerous animal or an aggressive animal into a situation where they're going to hurt somebody. I would say with the majority of the dogs that come in are suitable for adoption and they don't have any behavioral issues. First of all, we encourage everybody to do some research before they come in and really reflect on their lifestyle. Dog is a lot of work. They have to be walked 2 times a day. They have to be exercised. There's a lot of socialization there. There's training. When you do decide on the type of pet that you want, come down to the shelter with your family because it's a family decision. Everybody should be involved in that decision. And then after that, once you made your selection, the process is pretty easy. There's some paperwork that needs to be filled out. There's a nominal adoption fee, which covers spay and neuter, vaccinations, pet insurance, and microchipping as well, which is also very important. Animal Care and Control of New York City takes in 44,000 animals in a year. That's a tremendous number of animals. In the summer, we take in between 120 and 150 animals, and most of them are cats per day. There's definitely space constraints during the summer. We do put animals to sleep for space, and we were trying to let the public know that there's no guarantee when they drop off an animal here, there's no guarantee that that animal is going to be adopted, and they could be put to death, and it's not something that we like to do. The good news is that our euthanasia rate in New York City is the lowest it's been in the history of New York City, and only 13% of the animals that are put to sleep or humanely euthanized are put down for space. So it just kind of gives you an indication that our adoption programs are working, and they're working very well, and we're continuing to encourage the public to donate, volunteer, and adopt. And those are our 3 big messages right now. And again, if you have your own pet, get them spayed and neutered.
I didn't ask, you shouldn't have told me. At first I'd laugh